my name is Morale K. Jackson, but you can call me Jack, for short. Welcome, foolish mortals, to my little corner of the internet that I like to call Kitchen Sink Chronicles. Now, I'm kind of not in the best mood right now. I'm going to try and keep my spirits up because I kind of need to film this by today. Oh, and edit and upload it by today because I want to keep some semblance of a schedule. It's already been thrown off. It's Tuesday. Anyway, the last upload was like, I'm actually doing something thing, so that means that this next one is going to be just me talking, which is a pattern that I established in my mind, but is not established yet on the channel because there aren't enough videos for it, but it's coming, it's coming. I definitely have time to do them now. Ooh, does that mean that we're getting into our first topic for today? So the coronavirus is a thing. Where I live, we're not on like quarantine, we're not in like shelter in place or anything, but it's definitely like getting to there. It's like, please stay in your homes, school is canceled, work from home, do all that. So since I don't have school for the rest of the semester, yeah, what happened there? My college just kind of decided, well, you have a week off because we don't know what's gonna happen. How about you just stay home for the rest of the semester? We had 5 weeks left. I can't stay home and have nothing to do. I need a distraction. I'm just gonna get depressed if I have to stay home. So we're just gonna see if this whole doing online schoolwork and making videos thing works out because, you know, I intend to one day be working from home. That is ultimately my goal because I'm going into writing. So we're just gonna see if self-imposed deadlines and schedules work for me. We're testing it out. On the subject of that, I was in a musical that my little community college was doing, and that was Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. I have a little flyer here. It was supposed to open March 27th. It is currently March 17th. So it's 10 days to what was supposed to be our opening day. If you can tell by the way that I'm talking about it, that's not happening. It has been indefinitely postponed, which I was so sad about yesterday. And yesterday was when I like planned to do this whole thing, like, you know those interactive adventures? It's basically like a choose your own adventure thing, but like on YouTube, and it links to other videos depending on the choices you make. And I think they're so fun. And I wanted to do one, and I wanted to do one related to the show that I'm in, because it's become somewhat of a tradition for me to like make something film or video related that corresponds to a show that I'm in. Because the last time I did this was when I was in Mamma Mia in my senior year of high school. I made a 20-minute documentary interviewing people because we also had a fire, so like that was the thing. I thought it would make a good subject, not the fire, but just, you know, interviewing people. But it was inspired by that whole closing night, like everyone go around and say your favorite memory type thing. If you do theater, you know what I'm talking about. But this time around, I wanted to do an interactive adventure, and I had this whole storyline planned out, and there were 6 different endings, and it was great and fun, and it corresponded to each, like, character and song, like the endings and then the paths, and it made sense. And literally, the day that I actually started actual work on it, as in, like, editing and not just mapping out the storyline, that was the day that I found out that Priscilla had been indefinitely postponed, which was sad. I cried about it. I wasn't the only one, you know. Misery loves company. I felt very validated in my feelings because plenty of people were crying about it. I feel like there's a lot of pressure to remain positive at all times, but God, sometimes things just suck. So our musical has been postponed until the fall semester of this year of 2020. I don't know if that's going to happen because one of our leads is going to Sac State, and there were some high schoolers in the show, and I don't know where they're going to college. It could be somewhere else, far away. I know one person said that they needed to work more or focus on their major in the fall, so it just, I don't know, it felt like everything was falling apart because people have things to do. They didn't plan to do this. And oh my god, what about our choreographer and vocal director? Oh, they're gonna have other shows to do. They have to have other shows to do. This is their job. They're getting paid to be here. I mean, I know our director will be here just because she's a professor, but it just all feels like would it even happen? I don't know, but I'm trying to remain positive about this. But again, maybe I should just follow my own advice and just allow myself to be upset, because I don't know, sometimes it feels like you're not allowed to be upset over things. Anyway, next topic. I was just going to casually talk about what had been going on in my life, and one of those things, because I wrote down the bullet points in the notes app in my phone, the first thing was supposed to be Priscilla, and it was supposed to be that this week that classes have been canceled for was supposed to be our tech week. And I was going to talk about that, and I was going to talk about the show and just recent things that had happened that I thought were funny or weird or would make an interesting anecdote, but it feels kind of dumb to talk about them now because this is like such a big thing in my life and such a big thing right now that it feels kind of like, why are you talking about that when it comes to the other things? But you know what? It's fine. Speaking of everything that's happening right now, I felt like I needed something to cheer me up. I needed something that actually bring me happiness instead of anxiety and worry and sadness. So, I went shopping. Retail therapy works. Honestly, I don't get minimalism. I'll show you what I bought. I wanted to decorate my room, and around Valentine's Day, Easter, and Halloween are the times where I buy decorations for my room. Look at these ghosts. Do you see them? Do they show up in the video? Look at how happy these ghosts are. Look at them. They're great. They're amazing. They're wonderful. They're cute and spooky. I love that. I am the type of person who appreciates the cute and the creepy aspects of life equally and loves them both with my whole heart. I bought this garland that has roses on it and these tassels, which I'm going to fix later because it doesn't look great. I like to surround myself with things that make me happy, and one of those things is cute things, which is why I also bought this bow from the 99-cent store, which I thought was very cute. It's purple and it has gingham. I'm always a sucker for gingham. It's just great, and I love saying it too. Gingham. It's great. It's cute. I thought it could go with things like, imagine like pinning hair up and then putting a bow. That would be so cute. The other thing that I bought because it was cute and because I like to surround myself with cute things to make me happy was these chicks. And I'm so happy I bought them. Look at them. They're adorable. They're amazing. I don't know if I get closer if they'll be in focus or not. They probably won't be. I'll get a B-roll shot of them. I'll get a B-roll shot of all of this, I promise. B-roll shot, B-roll shot. Whoa, look at these chicks. Aren't they adorable? Yeah, they're great. Also, here's the bow. They seriously do look like they each have their own personalities. Like, you can't tell me that they are not in the middle of a conversation right now. But look at them. It's like they all have their own personalities. Like, this looks like the promo shot for like a sitcom, but it's chicks. That's why I don't intend to take them out of like this packaging. I love Easter. I love chicks and bunnies and pastel colors and candy. It just represents everything that I like. Oh yeah, I guess it's a Jesus thing too. I'm not religious. Oh, I'm so happy I purchased these little chickies. You're the only light in a dark, dim world. Thank you for being there for me. What was the other thing I was going to talk about? Oh, right. Okay, so I'm debating putting it in because it's kind of unrelated to the rest of the stuff, but pretend I was just talking about college again. Okay. Segue. So at my college specifically, there are always these people on campus who are trying to get you to sign petitions to things. And it's really weird because, like, they'll come up to you sometimes, most of the time, because, like, they set up not right outside, but close to the outside of the cafeteria, so that when you're walking out of it and in, like, a certain direction, like towards the math and science buildings or towards the library, like, you have to pass by them. And they're always like, hey, there was one time that these guys were like, okay, so I was walking by and all I hear is, hey, nice tutu, wanna make mushrooms legal? These guys were really like, help us legalize mushrooms. I just kept walking and didn't say anything. I just sped up. But you're not always walking when you encounter these people. That is the problem here. Recently, I was sitting down in what I call my bench outside of the bookstore because I like sitting outside. I like the environment outside. It's a bench that I sit at a lot, and oftentimes when people that I know walk by, because it's in an area where a lot of people walk by, they'll be like, oh, hey, Jack, hi, how you doing? And I'll wave from my little bench like, oh, hello, how are you doing? There was one time that I was sitting there waiting to eat my lunch. A guy comes up to me and he's holding a clipboard, and I think, oh no, no. This is one of those petition people, isn't it? I have been approached in the library. I have been talked to while walking to class. Must you come to my bench and disturb me while I'm trying to eat? Yes. The answer is yes. Okay. He comes up to me with a clipboard and he's like, hey, do you want to help us sign this petition? And I'm just thinking, oh God, like, I just want this to be over soon. So I'm, he might try to convince me or whatever. I'm just going to like really quickly make sure it isn't something that I'm like completely morally against. And then I'll just sign it and he'll leave. Hopefully. That's not what happened. So I said yes, whatever. I signed it. It also asked for my address, which I was not happy about, but I guess they're trying to make sure you're like within a certain county for it to count or whatever. So I did put it down. And then he's like, oh, can you just sign one more for me? It's for this. And then it's like another petition. And then I signed that one. And he's like, oh, can you just sign one more? It's for this. And then it's a different one. And I signed that one. He's like, oh, just one more. There are 5. He approached me with 1. They always approach you with 1. I signed 5 petitions that day. I mean, they were all causes that I thought were good causes. Like, I at least skimmed it to make sure I had some semblance of an understanding of what I was signing my support for. I won't just sign it without looking at it. But I couldn't get out of the situation by that point because I was like, I am 5 petitions in. I can't do this anymore. He's not just going away. And I'm very awkward and didn't know how to get out of the situation. In that moment, after seeing that I would say yes to things just to get a person to go away. This is, mind you, a situation in which this person has identified that I am a person who will agree to things simply to get out of a situation and get someone to stop talking to me and go away. After all that, after the 5th petition that I begrudgingly agreed to sign, this man flips the papers down on the keyboard and goes, okay, now just one more thing. I don't care about any of that. Can I have your number? No! Why would you do that? That's such a roundabout way to try and get someone's number as well. Also, very manipulative, might I add. Like, you were basically putting someone through the screening process of, are you the type of person to agree to something and say yes to it? And I don't want to say, like, be submissive, but in this sense, like, just kind of let things happen. This man was basically using petition signing as an excuse to go up to people and hit on them. Is that what was happening there? So that was not fun. But God, I mean, obviously I said no, because that is manipulative and weird and just, it's not okay. So yeah, that's just what's been happening this week. Or I guess not this week. That happened last week. This is my life recently. I'm just trying to power through. Well, I don't have anything else to say. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of me talking about my life and also just kind of making whatever random videos that I want to make and pop in my head, then you can subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I still don't know how to end videos.